Hey everybody, welcome to Midnight Launch Podcast. My name's Jack. With me tonight is Tim and Jesse.
Hello, I'm
Hel-
Tim.
Hello, I'm Jesse.
He's Tim, he's Jesse.
We are.
We are two
Yes.
men down tonight, if you didn't notice. But still, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we can figure it out. It's mostly Jesse that's got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So I'm going to let him start.
Yeah, pretty much I got two major topics I want to debate on, only because I've seen a recent outbreak in them in the news. For the most part, I guess one of them is an older topic. It's Day 1 DLC, and what are the general opinion of it? And I also do want to later on talk about stealth games and how they go about doing a multiplayer, if they should or will they at all, and if it'll ever be more than anything more than PvE. So for
It
the
already is, isn't it?
Well, it depends. I mean, for the most part, it all comes down to what is a stealth game and how does it work, and essentially, does it even deserve a multiplayer? Is going to be the biggest question I'm going to be having to debate here tonight. I have my own opinions on that, but we'll get to it when we do, I think.
Okay, well, I want to start off on the stealth PvP thing
Oh,
while we're already here.
We already got
Okay,
the ball
then.
rolling, why not?
Yeah,
Alright, fine.
exactly.
Alright.
I mean, we were kind of talking about it earlier, and the perfect example of stealth PvP, I think, the closest thing that we really have to it right now is the obvious answer, Assassin's Creed multiplayer. And
Yeah.
I was really, really skeptical on whether or not they should even have multiplayer at first, because I'm a huge believer in single-player games should just focus on single-player storylines, but I really think that they pulled that off.
See, I don't. See, I kind of have a problem with saying Assassin's Creed is a stealth game. I mean, it has stealth elements, but for the most part, it's all about you getting into your combat, then hiding. It's not about you being stealthy and getting in there and getting out undetected.
It
For-
can be, though. That's wholly depending on how you play.
For the most part, you can play either way and it works both ways, but to me, it doesn't seem like it would work good or well, I should say. It doesn't work well if you go in trying to be stealthy. There have been missions in Assassin's Creed 2 where I have just solely been, you know what? Fuck it, just walk in there, do everything else. I'm out of there in 2 minutes.
You know,
mean-
I'm gonna agree with
Fair
Jesse
enough.
real quick, just that you can get away with just swinging your way through a mission or swinging your way through multiplayer games sometimes. And I think that alone
Oh,
kind of
God.
helps it not quite be a pure stealth game, a pure
Well-
stealth experience.
Well, I don't know. That I guess the limitations then, by your argument, would define it as what do you want the game to be, and I don't know. For me, it just seemed like Assassin's Creed came off as not really stealthy, but more or less um, limited to your technology at the time. If you catch my drift, you're walking around with blades and things, and your guy isn't exactly supposed to be armored or anything like that, so he does have to take some stealth elements. But for the most part, he doesn't take stealth. He takes like combat with some stealth elements. It doesn't seem like, because if you gave him a all right, you no spoilers here, but if you gave him more than just that standard flintlock gun, if you gave him like, I don't know, an assault rifle, something that would outmatch him, he would just go crazy. You wouldn't have any stealth at all because the
Wait, where are there spoilers there? Do you
Um,
know something about future Assassin's Creed games that we don't?
No, yeah, no. Assassin's Creed 27. It's gonna be Modern Warfare 2 all over again. But no, essentially no. You get that flintlock gun from Leonardo, I think it was. Like he gives you,
Yeah.
he gives you
In
that
like
one
Assassin's
pistol.
Creed 2.
Yeah, yeah. He gives you a pistol and you can work with that. And for the most part, that immediately blows all sense of stealth out of the cover because you automatically have more technology to work with there. So,
But it is only like one shot.
yeah.
And then they also give
Personally, I never even used it because I found it to be really inaccurate.
they also give the other guys guns starting in Brotherhood. Those guys with the
Yeah.
rifles who will slowly back away from you.
Well, they just had... They were archers before, so it's really not that big of a difference.
But still,
Yeah,
that
I
was just
suppose.
irritating.
I don't know. I think it's based off the limits of technology and what the person in the time he has to accomplish with whatever he has. I don't think that's a stealth game because if you matched, I don't know, if you gave him the right technology, he wouldn't take any stealth approaches at all. He would just go full out and just go crazy with it. And I don't think it would become a stealth game at that point. But I'm more looking into see, here's the problem. I haven't actually played Splinter Cell, but I'm looking more towards that.
You've never played Splinter Cell?
I have never played it.
Any of them?
Nope. I own one. I own Splinter Cell.
I've tried
Conviction,
playing one. Yeah, I have.
Splinter
I have
Cell.
one of them.
Okay. Splinter Cell Conviction is the newest one, right?
I think so. I have
Sam Fisher's like older.
Yeah, Conviction's the
I'm not
newest
sure.
one. Blacklist is coming out
Okay.
soon.
That's what I thought. I am going to go completely against the grain of normal opinion here and say that Splinter Cell Conviction has been my favorite Splinter Cell game.
Well, aren't you just
I-
brave?
No, seriously. It was I don't know. I really, really liked it. It felt more, I don't know, action movie-y, I guess.
Well, I guess that goes against what we're trying to say here.
No, it does completely, but I don't know. I felt like ever play a game and you get a seriously like badass feeling, as weird as that sounds.
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
I had that the entire time through Splinter Cell Conviction.
Damn.
And my view might be a little bit biased here because I didn't really grow up playing the games. But Conviction was actually my first Splinter Cell game, and then I played backwards. But Conviction was definitely my favorite one.
All right, then. I guess I don't know. See, again, I haven't played it, but from what I've seen of it, it is mostly actually Hitman Absolution is more stealth than Splinter Cell, isn't it?
I didn't like Hitman Absolution.
I didn't either. I
as
thought
much
it was
as
tacky.
Blood Money anyway.
I've
I don't
actually
know.
never played a Hitman game. I'm with Hitman as
really?
Jesse is with Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Jesse, have you played through most of them anyway? Okay, well, did you play Blood Money and Absolution?
No.
Did you play Absolution?
Nope.
Did you play Blood Money?
No.
He has played.
Have you played any of the Hitman games?
I have watched a walkthrough.
Okay, I will go on a personal rant then. Hitman Blood Money had really like diverse environments, and each level felt like a different level. Hitman Absolution, I could only play the first like 4 hours, and I was seriously bored after that because every level looked almost exactly the same. It was just so repetitive. I couldn't get into it.
You know, I watched a couple Let's Plays of it. I didn't get that out of it. I know I saw a lot of
Really?
different.
The whole thing was like in that city.
Yeah, it's a city, man. There's all kinds of stuff to do
But
in
no,
a city.
Hitman wasn't that before.
I guess
Yeah, it was in
I'm
the
inexperienced,
suburbs,
so I
wasn't it?
couldn't tell you.
Yeah, well, like in Hitman Blood Money, like okay, one of my favorite levels. You get there's like this pool party going on, and there's like so many different things going on with all these different characters, and there are like 20 different ways easily that you can go about like achieving your goal. And I mean, I guess that's still true in Hitman Absolution, but it's not as fun doing it. In Blood Money, it was really like okay, there was an FBI van out front, and there was like a donut truck or something around the corner, and you could actually like what I did every time, you could grab this box of donuts and poison it and leave it outside the FBI truck, and eventually like when one of them would come outside, which I guess just happened like at a fixed interval, they would be like, ooh, donuts, and they take them inside the truck, and they die, and then you could just go inside the truck, and you'd have their uniforms. And I really didn't see anything like that in Hitman Absolution, and I was disappointed.
Well, damn. All right. I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't.
Good talk, Jesse.
Yes. Argument made.
All right.
So we're still talking about
Alright.
stealth games, but
Yes.
did we actually come to a conclusion here?
No.
Dishonored is amazing.
Well,
I'm gonna,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I have my hesitations.
Ooh. Did both of you like play through most of it? Anyway?
I did play through most of it.
I got maybe
and I have
halfway.
my hesitations. I played through. I actually almost beat it, and I still have my hesitations. It's a game I feel like I should like this. Like, yeah, this game I should like this in most ways. You can go combat, you can go pure stealth. It doesn't really matter. But for some reason, I could not get into it. I found no interest in playing as Corvo. I found the purpose of
Yeah,
doing the missions.
the character Corvo was really like,
He was kind
Yeah.
of lame. Like,
yeah, I guess.
I don't know. He just didn't.
Were
Really...
you as scared as I was at that like old lady on like the second mission? You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
and I was kind of.
I killed her instantly. Did you guys?
Oh no.
No, I saved her.
If you kill her, in the next level, like the next time that you go back there, she's back.
Oh God.
and she says something along the lines of like, "I remember what you did to me." It was easily like the scariest
that's
moment in
scary
any
as
game
hell.
that I've ever played. Like, I killed her again immediately and just ran. I never saw her again.
I don't know, for me, I thought the game played like a dream. Like it just handled
It
it
did.
amazingly. But yeah, like I'm with Jesse that it just didn't make me care. Like I just
I have a
didn't
big
care
thing-
about the game at all. I didn't understand why I was doing these things. I'm murdering
yeah, fair
everybody, but I didn't really get why.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a storyline to it, but for the most part, I found the lack of motivation just it was up there. It was the
You know what? That's exactly what it is. I feel like, and I'm not saying that developers should focus less on their gameplay, but I feel like they focus so much on their gameplay that the story felt underdeveloped.
In that game,
yeah.
I think it did. And to be fair, I got to give them props for that gameplay. The gameplay was amazing.
It was.
Yeah.
It just played like I'm repeating myself, but it played like a dream. You know, you felt it. You really just felt what you were doing. There was no hesitation
Yeah.
there. But at the same time, you didn't care about what you were doing. It was just fun stabbing people.
Right. While we're on Dishonored does something that I am so in the minority here. I do not like first-person games.
Yeah, you are in the
Okay.
minority there.
Completely. I feel like they're too zoomed in.
Well,
Does anyone else
So
notice
do
that?
you think that real life is too zoomed in? You got to like alter your field of view?
No, but like
He wears his
especially in
binoculars
first-person
on
games, especially in first-person shooters. I was about to say first-person games that have guns. Especially in first-person shooters, who holds their rifle like up against their eyeball?
well, you know,
Like, why can't we see our hands, or for that matter, our forearms?
well, because
I
What?
think that
even when you're hip firing those things have recoil, so you have to brace against it. But I understand your point. Like, yeah,
Right.
you can't see like your arms and you can't see the smaller details that would be in your field of view. Instead, you have the rifle like 3 inches from your face, kind of thing.
that being said, Halo Combat Evolved is still like my favorite game ever. But on top of that, I also really, really enjoyed Far Cry 3, and I don't want to branch off too far from the stealth thing that we're doing.
could talk about
no,
stealth
you know what?
there.
We totally can, because Far Cry 3 had great stealth.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
But
well, kind of. I'm gonna say kind of because when I
no,
keep,
I absolutely loved it.
well, I mean, it did have stealth, but I'm
Okay, well,
sorry.
anyway, before we get into that, the first person in Far Cry 3 I felt was like extraordinarily zoomed in, and to the point where I had to go into like the field of view meter and turn it like all the way up, and then it was like barely playable for me.
Can I go
I
on a
guess
branch
that's a
here and
fair
just
point.
say that you're a weirdo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
Okay, cool.
I mean, for the most part, I don't pay too much attention to that, only because, like, when I play a game, I'm not supposed to be, you know, wearing my binoculars backwards, if you catch my drift.
That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like when you are playing a first-person shooter, it feels like you're constantly wearing like 2 times zoom binoculars.
You know,
Yeah.
I've never really noticed that. I just kind of acclimatized and just said, yeah, this is
Yeah.
cool. This is how life works.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that once you really get into it, your brain just sort of adjusts and you stop noticing it.
Yeah, for sure.
But initially, it bothers me.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really paid too much attention to that. I just always assumed that, yes, my rifle is 6 inches from my face. It's supposed to be, right?
Well,
And then I just kept... I moved on because I only cared about where the reticule was.
Yeah, and you cared that
I,
there
I
were.
don't, I don't even usually play with reticules.
Uh.
I normally turn them off if I
I
can.
like how this podcast is just turning into progressively how weird Tim is at playing games.
What? No, it's all
Tim is
about
weird.
realism for
Tim
me.
is weird.
Immersion is the
Tim
absolute
is
top
weird.
factor in video gaming. It should be immersion above all else.
Well, if that's what helps
Yeah.
you be immersed in the game, then, you know, just whatever floats your boat. Do you?
Tim is weird.
But yeah, Tim's,
All right. Well,
Tim's
anyway,
weird.
Jesse, why don't? Okay, yes, guys. Okay, I got it. Jesse, why don't you like stealth in Far Cry 3?
I don't. Well, I wouldn't say I don't like it. It's just it has the same problem Dishonored does, kind of. And I'm trying to think of another game that has this problem.
Wait, hold on. What's the problem?
Hold on. I'm thinking another game.
We never said what Dishonored's problem with stealth was. I didn't know that you thought there
Oh,
was one.
There is. It might have been only those 2 games at the time. The problem with stealth is that the AI just drops the ball so quickly. Like, all right, I'll sit there, and I mean, I'll be trying to attack a compound from like maybe 100 yards away, and I'm sitting there with a sniper rifle, and I'm picking them off one by one, and then they start sounding the alarms. More people are coming because they found the bodies, because I didn't see that one guy. And then everyone's over there, and then they're all they're looking around, and then if I just stop firing for a good 10 minutes, they'll just kind of go, oh, okay then. And then they'll just kind of walk away and start just doing nothing, even though their dead bodies are just sitting there on the ground.
Well, while we're there, we can talk about Skyrim stealth, you know? Like crossbow bolt to the forehead and like, oh, it must have been the wind, no big deal. You know?
Exactly. It's like...
I never actually had that problem. Anytime that I even tried to be slightly stealthy in Skyrim, I just failed miserably and everyone just came
Oh, it's all about the numbers. You know, you gotta have your stealth up to ridiculous levels, and then you can walk, like, right up in front of somebody's face. You can be, like, breathing into their nostrils, and they're like, yeah, okay, there's nobody here, it's all cool.
I never realized... Okay, see, you guys are making me, like, self-conscious now. Because I never thought of myself as, like, a weird gamer that did weird things during gameplay.
We all do weird things, but...
But, like, the more that I... Okay. I used to live stream Skyrim when I first got it, and it was just, like, a few friends watching because they couldn't get a hand on it the first day or whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the very first thing that I did when I got out of that cave in the beginning was take off all my clothes, run to the nearest town, and I punched the dog in the face, and then I couldn't continue the story because all the villagers were attacking me. And I had to restart the game.
Yeah, no, I don't do that at all. That's something I save for, like, Saints Row 3.
I should just be a QA tester. Okay?
You'd be the guy that just does all the stuff they wouldn't think of. You know, who's gonna get naked and punch dogs in the first day?
Also,
Tim.
back on that whole immersion thing, I cannot play Skyrim as a non-human character.
What?
I can't.
Why?
I don't know.
You're missing out on some great furry action, man.
I know, right?
Take that any way you want. You know, just...
Midnight Launch.
I'm gonna leave that up to your
We're okay
interpretation.
with furries.
Yeah, there
We
you
love
go.
furry porn.
There you go. Midnight Launch, bringing you wholesome content. Fun for the whole family.
I don't know. I guess it's just like I feel it's the whole immersion thing, and I've talked before about how important story to me in a game is, and I feel that you should really be able to connect with a character, and I feel like I can't do that if I can't in some way relate to the character. And when I'm running around as a 6 foot tall bipedal cat, I just can't.
See, I don't even think of it as physical stuff. I get immersed through what I do with this character. I don't
Especially
care
in
what I
Skyrim.
look like.
Skyrim is the only Elder Scrolls game where I always play in third person because I feel like they handle that really well. So I'm always looking at my character.
Oh, that's just
I'm
hard.
always in
I
first
can't do that.
person. Yeah, I'm always in first person only because I don't care what I look like. I just see when I'm first picking through my characters, I go through the pros and cons, and that I use that to base off of what I would actually be based in the world. Like, this is how I would play if I had the choice of choosing. And then
Right.
that's how I get immersed, is through how I experience the character and the actions I choose. It doesn't matter what I look like for me, only because it's a fantasy game. I don't care what I look like. And that I'm okay with that for the most part. I'm not really that grounded when I play my games. I could be anything as long as I am staying true to how I would normally play a game in the standard way if I chose how I could play it.
You know, what does it say about me then that, you know, I kind of do the same thing where I think, well, what would I actually do in this situation? How would I actually beat this? What does it say about me that my solution is, well, I can find the biggest war axe I can find and just beat the shit out of whatever's between me and the goal? Like, what does that say about me? What does that say about how I solve problems in real life?
I'm just now realizing that about 85% of the characters that I've ever made in Skyrim, I just tried to make like Russell Crowe, and I named them all Maximus.
You named every character Maximus?
Well, all the ones that looked like Russell Crowe.
Oh, so all of them.
Why did Skyrim not have an arena? That was like the most fun that I had in Oblivion.
Yeah, that was
I got
pretty
no
cool.
idea.
I'll give you that.
And yeah, I don't know. They just have, the werewolf thing.
What?
Right?
What, the champions?
Yeah, the Champions
whatever
Guild.
they're
Didn't that
called?
replace the arena?
Nah, I placed the Fighters
No.
Guild.
It replaced the
Oh,
Fighters
Fighters
Guild.
Guild. Yeah, okay,
There
fine.
was no arena guild.
It kind of counted as a guild, man.
What? Not
Whatever.
really.
We're digressing. We're supposed to be talking about
That's
stealth
what
games.
we do on this podcast.
We were talking about stealth
Seriously,
games like
doing
20
what?
minutes ago.
We're
Yeah.
not even 20 minutes into the podcast. We will be 20 minutes in.
You know what? You give it like 9 seconds and I'll be right, okay?
And now we're at
5 seconds.
4 seconds. 3.
All right, we're not doing
2, 1. 20
Boom!
minutes in. All right, we're good.
See how right I was?
this. When I edit this, it's probably not going to be exactly 20 minutes.
Oh, now we look like
Oh,
idiots.
damn it.
That's why I tried to stop you all.
Well, good to know you had our best interests at heart.
Okay. So let's. Oh, hold on. Stealth.
Yes.
Do you guys know what Spy Party is?
No.
No, sir.
Spy Party is this game concept that I first saw about 3 or 4 years ago, I'm gonna say. I might be wrong on that, it might have been sooner. And it's essentially 1v1, and there's this crowd of people in what appears to be like a high-rise loft apartment during a party. There's a crowd in this one room. And one of the players is just trying his best to blend in and not be seen, and everyone else is AI. And then there's a sniper on a distant rooftop, played by the other player. And the sniper has to identify who the other player is in that party and kill them. And I think that they only get like 1 bullet or something.
See, that reminds me of an arcade game. I don't know if you guys have seen them. There's an arcade game out there somewhere where it actually has like a sniper like mock-up, and it's a laser kind of thing where you would shoot at the screen on targets. It just that's kind of like that, except you can play as player 2 and be the character that you're trying to snipe. I don't know.
Well,
I've
You
seen
could
those
in this,
before.
too.
Okay, well, back to Spy Party.
Okay.
It was a closed beta, which I signed up for about 2 years ago. And they did like monthly drawings or something to get like random people ahead of the queue. And all my friends that were playing Spy Party all just got randomly selected. And I was really jealous. And I finally came up in the queue about a month ago. And I went to download and play it after all these years. And they tried to make me pay for it. And I immediately closed it because of how upset I was.
Well,
Wah,
It's been
wah.
like all this time. There was nothing about payment on the initial like beta sign up.
watch as that's what they did with the Elder Scrolls MMO.
Did you guys sign up for that?
I did, but my computer.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, I have a better computer now, but I don't know whether I should send a second application or not because my computer was upgraded.
I mean, it's not even like I mind like paying for Spy Party, but you can't just like tacked on payments like and not tell anyone about it at the initial sign up.
That
Yeah.
does seem a little dishonest. Like, you should just, if you're gonna make people charge for something, you should just let them know up front.
Yeah.
Don't try and
like,
hide it.
I don't know. Someone told me that it does say that now, but it definitely didn't like years ago when I first signed up.
Huh.
So how much were they charging for it?
It was like $15, but it's the
You're just mad on principle.
yeah.
Yeah. Well then,
Okay.
Assassin's Creed.
That does sound like a stealthy
Stealth.
game.
Yes. Alright, anyway. Alright, we discussed the single player element, I think, fairly well. I think we should transfer into the, the original goal of this, the multiplayer element. Now, my experience with Assassin's Creed, I don't know what the difference is. Again, we've had this discussion in a previous recording before. I don't like the Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer. I like the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer better.
I feel like we've talked about Assassin's Creed a lot in previous recordings.
we've
actually.
only talked about it one other time, I think.
We only have one other recording.
I feel,
One other podcast.
well, one other podcast. I think that we might have talked about it in a game discussion, in the Walking Dead discussion. Maybe.
It might have been. Yeah, I don't know. See, alright, just to recap, my opinion on Assassin's Creed 3 1, I hate it because I have terrible time stunning my opponent, whereas in Assassin's Creed...
Multiplayer or single player?
Multiplayer.
Okay.
And in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, it was much easier to stun your pursuer that was chasing after you, because, if you went up to them and hit B, you would stun them. In this, it would just give you honorary death, which is completely...
I have absolutely never had that problem.
See,
think
I
you're
have
just
that
bad.
problem all the fucking time, where I would purposefully be walking in a crowd, like one of those crowded people that just move randomly. I would be walking that, my pursuer would be passing me. I would hit B. He wouldn't even be facing me. I would hit B to purposefully stun him, and I would still get honorary death.
Well, that sounds more like a lag thing than anything else. He probably
That
was
was in
facing
multiple
you in his
games.
game.
And maybe
That
not...
doesn't mean anything.
What?
Don't blame the game on your Walmart connection.
Aw, please.
You can just feel the hatred in this conversation right now.
Right now I'm glaring at your
Let
picture
the
of
hate
my
flow
Skype
through you.
No.
They don't know what my Skype profile picture is.
No, they don't, but I'm glaring at it in evilness. No, I'm not, but still. I don't know. See, I'm.
1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Just keep talking.
What? In the middle of our podcast.
Really?
It's the magic of editing, man.
Wow.
Or we could just not edit it and just talk about what a dick Tim is.
Yeah.
I don't
How much
mean
of
that.
dick is Tim?
I don't mean that, Tim.
Oh.
I love you,
okay.
man.
I guess we're not doing that then.
We're not doing that? No. Okay.
I guess not. But wait, are we seriously putting this in?
I hope he does. I really hope so.
I don't know. This is just weird now.
We could just
Well, at least
not say anything and see how long we can make the awkward silence go.
well, if we want, we probably should say stuff because if he puts us in, then you know.
I'm back.
Oh.
We're gonna look like assholes.
Yeah.
Um,
You said you're gonna be gone for a while. I assumed you meant, you know.
no, I didn't. I said be right back.
Yeah, that usually means a while. A while enough.
No, I just had to go grab something.
Oh.
Assassin's Creed, go.
Are you putting? Wait, hold on. Before we begin, are you putting this in?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Wow, a lot of fourth wall stuff here. Okay. Assassin's Creed multiplayer. I liked Brotherhood more than Assassin's Creed 3, but I still don't think that qualifies as stealth multiplayer. It approaches it. It established a ground for it, but I still don't think it established a true multiplayer stealth thing.
Could we qualify the Hidden as stealth multiplayer?
I have never played.
Isn't that what that is?
Yeah, I never played
It's
it.
a source mod where there's like maybe 6 guys.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
there's a bunch of
yes.
guys who are.
I've seen like CNN. And
Yeah,
stuff
he does it a
like
lot. There's a bunch of guys who are soldiers or maybe SWAT guys with guns, and there's one guy who's a genetic experiment or something like that, who's really fast, invisible, and only has a knife and I think a couple
Oh, I
grenades.
saw that.
Yeah, so he's
don't
having
know.
to hunt them down. So it would be a stealth experience for him at least, because he has to avoid getting his ass shot off.
See, that's just playing the infection role in Halo, if you're playing the infected game type.
It's true. But that
I
tends to be
mean-
more cannon fodder. There's not a lot of stalking as much in that. It's just overwhelming people with numbers eventually.
Yeah, I guess, but initially at first, well, you can make it so that if you're playing a custom game, you can make the zombie invisible.
Oh, yeah, you
and
can.
there you go. You
They've
have
actually
your...
they've made a hidden game type in Halo 4.
Did they now?
They did.
Are you just referring to Infected?
No, I mean a specifically thing. A game type designed specifically to be similar to the hidden, where there's one zombie who's invisible fast and really
And
easy
it's
to
a
kill.
multiplayer playlist?
No, it's not a playlist. It's just a game mode.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
oh, if it's just a
that's-
game mode, okay.
No, hold on. That's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's called Infected. It was in Halo 3.
Exactly.
It was around before the Hidden.
Yeah.
Are you talking about just the zombies game type in general? Or
No. Well, both. Because you...
Oh yeah, you know what? I think I am.
okay, yeah, that's been around forever. I'm talking about one specific custom game mode.
Yeah,
It's basically the same thing.
it is. Well, as long as well, I'd give it like a month longer maybe, but for the most part, just turning the zombie invisible isn't too hard in the custom game setups. So, I mean, I'm imagining that was around just like since Halo 3, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. But still,
I don't know. Would that be? I don't think that'd be considered really.
Was he not invisible by default?
no.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, we always played with him invisible.
Well, see, there's another thing. Tim's weird.
Well, no, Tyler,
Tim,
it's better.
You're weird.
Listen, okay. Have you guys played Halo
Good
Combat
argument.
Evolved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I
both of
played.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can agree the Warthogs had ridiculous physics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was absolutely nothing better in that game than loading up Blood Gulch with like 8 people, everyone getting in Warthogs, and you all just played bumper cars.
Oh yeah. We called that vehicle death, where you could only get kills by splattering people.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad that was a thing, because that was the most fun that
Oh
I've
yeah,
ever
we
had
played that
in
to this
Halo.
day. It's hilarious. Especially with the chopper in Halo 3. That just destroyed
Well, it's
everything.
not the physics aren't as fun with vehicles anymore. They're more realistic now.
Yeah, they were pretty bouncy in Halo 1. That was always fun.
They just sort of fly off every time they got hit.
So,
Okay.
Stealth games.
Yeah, we have to. We can't keep doing this.
We will anyway, though.
All right, PvE stealth games. All right,
PvE.
PvE or PvP. Actually, I guess we're going for more PvP. Never mind. PvP stealth games. What? Are there any other games that actually incorporate a kind of PvP element?
I don't know, but you've just put something in my mind. A PvE stealth game, and this sounds awesome.
Okay.
I wanted it.
Do you got any ideas
Someone
for
should
one?
go make it. No, not at all, but someone should go make it.
Well, what the hell would it consist of?
I don't know. Essentially, I guess, like... Okay.
What?
The Elder Scrolls MMO is pretty much what I'm going for here. If they improve their stealth a lot, it could work.
Are you
Here,
talking about like an... Oh, all of a sudden it clicked. I know what you're talking about. Like, for example, getting a kind of a... Or getting the sneak skill up, getting your all that stuff up, yet, like, still being...
And there could just be that one asshole that just runs around and ruins stealth missions for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, wait.
You can't
That's
wait
gonna
to be
a lot
that
of
asshole.
Yeah. I can't wait to be an asshole to this group of people.
I just seriously hope that they don't take it like...
Seriously?
No, not like that. I was gonna say like World of Warcraft style almost. Like Kill 10, like Balrogs or whatever.
Well,
What the fuck are Balrogs? What are they from?
Lord of the Rings.
They're
Come
Lord of the
on.
Rings.
They are from Lord of the Rings, aren't they?
They're not... Wow. Good job, Tim. No, all MMOs have grinding in them. That's just something that's in there. It's always gonna be grinding. Because there's nothing else to them at this point in time.
No, I don't mind grinding as much as I mind like fetch quests and that being like a main part of the game.
Go and bring me a
I'm
bushel
the
of
leader of your
apples.
fucking... I'm the leader of the world. I'm like the leader of 3 factions. I've saved the world, and you're telling me I need to go get you a fucking book. Yeah, no, totally.
I don't have anything better to do with my time.
Well then.
Did anyone ever play Habbo Hotel?
Nope.
Yeah, nope.
I totally did for like 3 years.
What was that about?
How can I describe this? It was like
Please tell
a
me it
chat
wasn't
room,
like Club Penguin with characters.
but there were yeah, that's a pretty good description actually.
Club Penguin, but a little less entertaining.
Well, yeah, a little less entertaining in the fact that there's no snowball button, and we can't get banned for saying like,
Boobs.
"Nigga, why are there so many purple penguins?"
Well then.
Didn't?
You guys have all seen that image, right? I'm not just like.
No, you're the only one. I don't know where that came
Yeah, I thought you just made that
Oh,
up.
okay. All right, that's the thing. I'll find it later.
I've seen
Well, you
Nanners
may
get
wanna-
banned a couple times from that.
You've seen
Seen
who?
Nanners?
Seen Anders plays Club
He did a
Penguin?
couple times, I think, and he just got. I think he just would walk in, say something that he thought was funny, and then the mods would just be like, boop! Or the.
Shout out to Scene Anders, by the way. You're awesome. I met you at RTX.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
saw
sure
the
that you
picture, you
remember me.
bastard.
Yeah.
Hi, Nanners. Anyway. We've been going on stealth
Let's
games.
go back to Far Cry 3 stealth.
Okay.
No, we're going back to this. Because we never really talked about why you hate it so much, besides for the fact that it has, like, characters kind of forgetting what's going on. Like,
That is a
I-
pretty
that
solid
just
reason.
Is that all?
That just pretty much drops the ball. For the most part, I mean, the stealth aspect is pretty good, but you can tell clearly that they were going for, obviously they're going for you can choose to shoot or stealth your way through it, but it just seemed very objective-like. When it wasn't a stealth like, oh, find this one thing and you can take this thing and do something with it and gain the compound or something like that. It was very objective-like. It was like you would go in, you would know what to expect. You'd be like, all right, find the poles with that would summon the other guards and things like that. So you'd have to find those poles, shoot out the panels really quickly. All right, now
What? No, if you just snuck onto the base and hit like one
Alright.
of them, like if you walk up to them.
I know
and
you
I
shut
was
it off
using
and it
Xbox.
shuts all of them off. I know.
Yeah, and there was usually one on like the outskirts of the base easily. I never had a problem
Yeah, I
with that.
know, but that's not the thing though. The thing was that I when I was playing that game, I was dominantly sniper. I was always using my sniper because I loved
I was using my bow and arrow. I went serious Rambo in that game.
Oh, see, I was just using my sniper. I always was trying to find the best spot to get all the shots from like 100 yards and trying to get on top of those hilltops and things like that. That was just how I approached it because, nowadays too many games are like, all right, get in this compound. You need to get in there. And it's like, no, I want to stand back, go way the fuck back, and find my place and just pick people off, because that was the unique thing about that game, is that you could do that.
What happened to Mercenaries?
I don't
Serious?
know. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I played the first one, and I didn't like
I
it,
was
really.
thinking about the whole in your face blow things up aspect of gameplay.
Oh.
Which was admittedly pretty awesome in that game.
I just like that you could destroy everything. I remember Mercenaries 2 being pretty bad. I remember having a lot of fun with the first game though.
I tried to play the
never
first
played
game.
it.
I think it was just beyond me when it came out. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that I was 11.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Yeah. God, everyone's gonna think that we're 16. It probably wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Well then, I don't know. See, oh wait, shit, dude, the Xbox has been out for. Oh wow, I'm really slow at this. I know
The
that
Xbox 360 has been out for a while.
it has
7 years or
I
so.
know. Something like that.
What was it, 2005?
Yeah, late 2005.
2005. Shit. It's still weird to think that you remember 9/11, and yet the Xbox comes out 4 years later, and it's still in my house. It's like,
So weird to think that we remember 9/11. How could we forget 9/11?
I was 9 years
Hold on.
old, man. I thought it was.
Hold on,
I thought it
no,
was a
no, no,
movie.
no, 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 no. Here,
we
here.
need to talk about this. Because we just brought 9/11 into this podcast. I don't know why, but it's here now, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, so
No,
everyone,
no.
everyone listening, the entire rest of the podcast is going to be about 9/11.
No.
Can we? Oh God, I'm not even going to go there. Forget it. I'm not even
No,
going to go
say
there.
it now. No, you have
No,
to
I
say
can't.
it now.
Oh God, no, I can't. I can't even go there.
Please. You're ruining the integrity of this podcast for everyone.
I think it's already ruined.
Did we have integrity to begin with? Let's be honest.
Just
I
say
was
it.
going to say, can we make a game out of 9/11? And yes, I'm going to.
I'm sure that there already is.
What?
Like a Flash game or something.
No,
Those-
like a
Has
AAA
anyone else
Does
played
anybody-
the
does anybody
Columbine
count
Massacre
Flash
RPG
games?
or whatever?
No,
I have personally played Super Columbine Massacre RPG.
no. See,
I found it to be a pretty decent arcade game overall.
God.
we need a AAA title of a 9/11 game. That's what we.
Holy shit, we're doing an indie discussion of Super Columbine Massacre RPG.
No, we're not.
You heard it here
No,
first,
we're
folks. Jack, you're not even a part of the indie side of this.
I am still a part
Jesse,
of this.
we're doing it.
I have.
Wait, are you-
I can pretend to have veto power.
Okay, well, you don't. You can pretend all you want.
Wait, are we seriously doing this on the next
Yeah.
like?
Sure, why not? Maybe not on the next one. We'll do it eventually. I'll put it on the list.
Oh my goodness.
We might lose some fans. We might gain some fans.
So,
This is getting.
so guys,
All right. Yeah.
how soon do you think we're all going to hell?
Well, it depends. How many pigs have
We
you
should
killed?
wear dusters while playing Super Columbine Massacre RPG.
Okay, yeah, you're going first.
We should all have to wear dusters while recording it. I think that... See, we're talking about immersion
We
again.
made a joke out of that.
We're talking about immersion. It was long enough ago. There's been enough school shootings to cover it up recently.
We should
Well
move on.
then,
We should probably move on.
I'm just a bad person.
Yeah.
Um,
Move on. Move on. I vote.
Okay, 2 out of
Okay.
3. Let's go.
Didn't we have another topic?
We did. We had
Uh,
first day DLC. Or day
yeah.
1
Oh,
DLC.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do we all hate
Okay.
it?
Someone else go first.
All right, I'm going.
Jesse, go.
Yeah, I got two things to say about this, and I want to finish both of them before you interrupt me. I've heard, well, essentially the two things are my
No
argument, are
promises.
the arguments that incorporate Day 1 DLC. There's two sides of it. The first side says, well, why can't you just incorporate all the content you made in the DLC into the game? And the second side of the argument is, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay, the second side of the shit, I forget.
Can we interrupt you now?
Yes,
Go, Tim.
Okay.
Interrupt him.
I forget.
The second side of the argument, at least my argument pretty much, is I do not mind Day 1 DLC as long as it's not including main game content.
That was a pretty good
Like-
interruption.
it if they want to release day one DLC that's like pay $10 and it's like a huge multiplayer game or something that's like pay $10 for like this costume pack, I don't give a shit. But if it's like a single player game and it's like extra missions or something, and extra missions aren't even that bad, but if it's extra missions that like are an integral part of the story, which I guess wouldn't be considered extra at that point, yeah, then they're just being
we could talk about Javik from Mass Effect 3. You know, like there was.
I really didn't want to bring it up. That's exactly what I was thinking about. That
I didn't want to bring that up. Oh, forget I said anything.
I wanted to talk about Battlefield Premium with that, but I don't.
I think Battlefield Premium actually handles it well.
I don't know. I think it's halfway between mentally handicapped and especially talented people.
Isn't it just like $5 and then you get all
Premium
DLC that comes out?
$50.
Oh yeah,
$50, and you get a. I guess it is kind of nice. It's more of a season pass thing. But
didn't a bunch of people like get it for free though? If you like pre-order or something, you get it.
Might have.
Maybe if you pre-order like a special edition, because that's a lot of money you just give up for a pre-order.
It might have been one of those like GameStop bonus things.
The only thing I have.
I still have my Skyrim big ass canvas map.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, see, all right, I got two things to say about that Battlefield Premium shit. I hate it, and I hate it. I hate it for two different reasons. I hate it, number one, because it encourages for $60. I'm already spending $60 on a game, and I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. I pre-ordered it, I've seen it, but this is actually a problem with the Aliens Colonial Marines thing that everyone's whining about. They did this bait and switch.
I'm pretty sure that game is just bad.
Well,
that's
see, they did a bait and switch, which is why so many people are getting pissed at it, because they were saying, oh, well, it looks so good in the demo, reviews were so high, then the final game came out and is complete shit. So
I never even heard about that game until everyone started ranting about it.
I've never seen something about it.
I was in high school when that game was announced.
Really?
Yes. That game was announced like 4 years ago.
Yeah!
I was in high school.
I remember the Game Informer cover.
Yeah. I was still in high school when that game was announced, and I was getting excited for it around then. I'm now in college. Should technically be a junior at this point. And they just released it like a week ago.
Jesse, what did you do? Did you fail college?
No. I've been having problems transferring my credits because I've been having some life-changing situations. But
okay.
Whatchamacallit, yeah, I know.
Mystery solved.
It kind of sucks. Yeah. But for the most part, I hate the fact that I had to spend $60 to get that game, and then they are like, oh yeah, premium, another $60, and it's like I'm already spending $120.
You don't have to get that.
No, you don't.
That's just
but
DLC.
See, the funny thing is that when you actually go in and play the multiplayer, you feel like you don't get the full experience already. You are already ripped off of your full experience of the game because they want another $60 for a handful of guns, a handful of maps, and maybe some upcoming achievements and whatever the case is. You're already feeling ripped off. You're feeling like you're playing the demo of the multiplayer because they want you to spend another $60 on it.
You know, I'm inclined to agree, but at the same time, people are bitching about map packs constantly. Like, what do you have a solution to that? What's your
hello, the Far Cry 3 multiplayer setup or the Far Cry 2 multiplayer setup? I don't know if you're actually there for that one.
I wasn't. I remember you explaining it though. It sounds cool.
Yeah, I know. You get to create your own maps and then create your own lobbies with those maps. Yeah, I could play any map I fucking wanted. And you know what?
But if Far Cry 3 released a map pack tomorrow, would you be mad at them?
No, not at all. Because
why?
You know what?
Why are they different?
Because two reasons. One, they give you the option for players to recreate the maps.
But that's Far Cry 3's thing.
Yeah,
that's not
exactly. That's the point. That's the exact
reason. But that's not something that Battlefield is doing wrong, like marketing-wise.
No, it's not. That's their own thing. It's just the fact that I have to pay another $60 to get a handful of maps, and I don't even know what.
But you don't have to.
You're right. I don't.
And you're really... I don't know how they handle a console end, but especially on PC end, you're not really missing anything.
See...
There's, like, a server browser, and one of the first things that you can do when you go into it is, like, just give me vanilla servers.
Yeah, no, you still can do that. It does all that. It's just that's not the point. The point is you're now playing a game without the full experience of having being able to play the game. It's like,
I don't feel that you are. I think that you're getting the full experience, and that people who have expansion packs are almost getting more than the full experience. But it's not really taking anything from the game.
I can't see it like that. I see it as getting a free membership to RuneScape. You have that selected area where you can go, and then you have the experience. That's how I see it. I don't see it as you have the experience and then you have more. I can't see it like that.
Did anyone actually have a good experience with RuneScape, or was it just something that we all did because we had nothing better to do?
I had fun with it when I had friends that played it.
It was more annoying to me than anything else, but I did it because I was really bored.
Oh, well then.
Oh, but still, this conversation you two just had that I was just kind of letting you fight it out, that does kind of show why this debate is still going, because there are still good arguments on both sides. You're both saying very different things, but it's still raging. You both have good points.
It's all based off perspective, I guess. I'm the kind of person who needs to have that top of the line equipment item that may be purely cosmetic, but I'm that kind of person that will sit there and fucking work my ass off to get it. I'm that kind of guy who
really. I've always been more performance over cosmetics.
Yeah, see, we have two different kinds of playstyles. I feel that for the most part, if I have unlocked everything in a game, I have completed it, and now I can do whatever the hell I want. I feel that my skills should not really matter that much, but instead it should be all about just me accomplishing my own goals, and my own goals are to have that cosmetic item because it is at the top of the list.
You know what game had really great stealth? Shadow of the Colossus.
I've never played it as much as I hate.
You could just like you could just.
Wait, why
like,
are we
run
going
up to
back
them
on this? We're
just
dodging
walk on them.
We're dodging.
You'd have to like shoot them in the eye for them to even notice.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know.
He's going.
I've been awake for
he's going
like
back
36
to like 20
hours
minutes
now.
You're like 20 minutes behind us, son. You gotta bump it up a little bit.
You been awake for 36 hours, Tim?
Okay. Essentially, it's been about 52 hours now, minus the 3-hour nap that I took before recording this podcast. But besides for that, it's been a while.
Is that why we're learning all this weird shit about you tonight? Okay, that's cool.
Tim is weird.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Alright, back to day one DLC shit. I had my one opinion on that. But that was for basically map stuff. There's two reasons I feel a day one DLC can be released. I feel day one DLC is acceptable if you do not charge for it, or I feel it is completely acceptable to charge for it, so as long as you use it as kind of like an indie game thing, not a AAA game. AAA games that have day one DLC, to me, seems like bullshit. But if you're going to announce the release of a game and you did not pre-order it, it does not come with any bundles, but it's an option there for those that can buy like the pre-order bonuses that you used to get. Like, let's say you have a game and a pre-order bonus would say like you spend $20 to get the game, and as a pre-order bonus we'll give you this map pack that goes with it, whatever the case is, or just something like that you can use later on. And as a pre-order bonus, you'd get that. It's a unique item for your pre-order bonus. It saves you $5 in the future. But I feel like if you release that as day one DLC, that is perfectly acceptable because you've already made it for the pre-order. So that way it doesn't really affect anything else other than, you know, other players that join later on having the same experience.
So you would have the option of getting it without using it as DLC, because you could have just gotten it as a pre-order bonus.
Yeah,
I suppose that's fair.
That to me seems fair. Oh, you know what's bullshit? What's bullshit is whatchamacallit? Those kind of games where you only get a certain item because you pre-ordered. That's bullshit. Because that just ruins the experience for those that don't have that pre-order time or the money at the time or whatever the case is. Like, I know I'm hating Forza Horizon so much right now because one of my favorite car series in pretty much every racing game is the Koenigsegg car setups. Those cars are like really, really nice. And they made it so you can only get a Koenigsegg CCX in Forza Horizon, but you had to pre-order to get a Koenigsegg Agera. which is arguably much better than the CCX.
Can you use it in multiplayer, or is it just a campaign
Yes,
vehicle only?
you can use it in multiplayer.
Okay, that's bullshit.
And,
I'll give you that.
That is bullshit, because I love the Koenigseggs, and the Agera is better than the CCX.
See, I was gonna say that sometimes that works. Like if you're talking about something like Halo 4, where you just got like little weapon skins that nobody cares about, that's fine.
Yeah,
I understand that.
that's fine.
But if,
Yeah.
or even if a single player game, get this.
Okay, hold on.
Get
People
this
totally
shotgun.
care about weapon skins.
That's true, but it's not. It doesn't affect the
How
game.
long
as
did
much.
people spend farming experience in like Modern Warfare 2 and shit to get that fall?
Yeah, I was gonna. To be fair, I did that myself.
I know I did like months.
But
I
still,
didn't even try for those. I don't know.
but still, those don't affect the game as much as something like a brand new car in a racing
Yeah.
game. Or if it's a single player game, that doesn't really matter as much. Like the BioShock Infinite pre-order, you get a special shotgun, and I'm gonna be
Wow.
loving that. But that's a single player game, and if the weapon isn't, ridiculously overpowered, I don't really see a huge problem there. But I do see what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it gets like special ammo or something like that, where it immediately transfers over to having one more gun. I don't know. Something ridiculous like that, but I don't know. See, it all depends. Does the game pre-order affect your gameplay? That's where it lies, I think. If the game or pre-order bonus affects your gameplay, I believe it's complete 100% bullshit that I can't at least have the option to buy it. Like, I guess it's more fair for the pre-order guys being like, yeah, we got this, but it's ruining it for the rest of everyone else, I think.
I understand. I get what you were saying about the balance earlier. How you could do it with, you get it if you pre-order, but you can still buy it later. But if you're locking out content for people that didn't pre-order the game, that does suck. I can't think of an example where it's happened. But
Hold on, you're all agreeing on what my exact argument was.
What?
My whole argument was that day one DLC is fine as long as it doesn't like keep out parts of the game.
Well, shit, Jesse, we could have saved ourselves 10
and
minutes.
now you're both agreeing on that.
Hold on.
Anybody
win.
listening, go back 10 minutes and
I
see if
win.
we can confirm. Yeah, Tim just
Hold on.
won the podcast.
No.
We can just end it
Victory.
here.
Do you guys want to end it here? Because Tim just won the whole fucking thing.
I don't know what else we're going to talk about. I mean,
Hold
it's
on.
been a little competition for me this whole time.
I'm thinking.
We got to get Tim a trophy.
I don't know.
We should have a trophy, and we'll mail it to each other.
No. Here is what I was hating against what you were saying. It was locking out content. Yes, that's what we were arguing. What I was hearing from you was that it was okay to release like a map pack on the day that it's released that everyone can get that doesn't come with the pre-order. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was disagreeing with.
No.
Yeah.
I agree
I think so.
that should be okay, just not
Yeah.
day one.
No, I agree that was not okay.
Like, actually,
Fuck, I don't
like,
know
okay,
anymore.
Are we arguing about how much we agree with each other? Because if
I
so,
don't.
that's
I don't know.
maybe. Alright, listen, any developers that may be listening to this, I don't give a shit if you have day one DLC. I don't care if you are evil, like, marketing bastards.
I do.
You can develop all the day one DLC that you want and keep it from us. Just wait 3 months before announcing it after the game's release and pretend that you just made it. I don't understand why you're not doing that already. It would help.
Yeah.
I just feel dumb now, because that would totally work on me.
It would work on everyone. They wouldn't know.
Why are you telling them things they don't need to hear?
I'm sure that someone thought of it. They could be doing it already and we would never know, but more of them should be doing it.
I think it's retarded to take time away from the main game to release something like this.
Can we all agree that Tim won the podcast?
No.
Tim wins. We don't even need an outro. Tim wins. Good night, everyone.